Live sports betting. It's fast, it's exciting, and sometimes it's incredibly frustrating. There's this secret, this invisible clock that decides if your bet wins or just gets rejected out of nowhere. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain.
Okay, let me ask you something. You've been there, right? You see the perfect moment in a game, you smash that bet button, and then, poof, rejected. You know it was a winner, but the system just says, nope. It's maddening. Well, if that's ever happened to you, trust me, you are not alone.
So what if I told you the reason for that rejection has nothing to do with luck? Or, the bookmaker trying to pull a fast one on you. The truth is, you're not actually fighting the bookie. You're in a race against the speed of light itself. Yeah, you heard me right. And we're about to break down exactly what that means.
All right, Section 1, that rejected bet. So let's start by painting a picture. You know the moment. It's that absolute nail-biter in a match. The striker is lining up the shot, and you're right there, finger hovering over the screen, ready to go.
Look, in-play betting, it's a rush, right? It's this incredible dance of instant decisions. You tap your screen, you see the odds flash, and for a second, you feel totally plugged into the game in a whole new way. But what you don't see is that behind that slick app, there's something invisible, a silent clock that's really pulling all the strings.
Section 2, the millisecond race. Because it all comes down to a race that's measured in milliseconds. Forget what's happening on the field for a second. This is where the real game is being played.
The word you need to know here is latency. It sounds technical, but it's actually pretty simple. All it means is the delay between something happening in the real world, like, say, a goal being scored, and the moment that information actually gets to a computer somewhere and is processed.
So, here's the kicker. This is the disadvantage most of us have, and we don't even realize it. That TV broadcast you're watching, it's not really live. Nope, it's delayed by anywhere from 2 to a staggering 15 seconds. 15 seconds! That's an eternity in sports.
So why the huge delay? Well, think about the journey that signal has to take. First, the event happens in the stadium. The camera captures it. That signal gets compressed and beamed up to a satellite in space. Then it's sent all the way back down to your TV provider, who then sends it to your screen. Every single one of those steps adds precious seconds to the delay.
And this, right here, is where the sportsbook's advantage is. It's huge. While you're at home watching a feed that could be up to 15 seconds old, they are plugged into these specialized, super-fast data feeds that get information from the stadium in less than 1 second. They literally know what happened long before you even see it.
Okay, Section 3, the house's hidden edge. So why do they have this massive edge? Is it just to cheat you? Well, not exactly. It's actually a pretty fundamental way they protect themselves. What they're protecting themselves from is something called stale odds. And stale odds are just what they sound like, odds on an outcome that don't reflect what's already happened in the real world. I mean, betting on stale odds would be like getting to bet on a horse race after you already know which horse won. Not a fair fight, right?
So, picture this. The moment you place your bet, 2 signals start racing to the sportsbook server. There's your bet coming from your phone, and there's their official data feed coming straight from the stadium. If their feed confirming the goal gets there even a millisecond before your bet does, the system just automatically says no and rejects it. It's not personal, it's just a defense mechanism. Section 4, fighting for fractions. Now, for most of us, that's kind of where the story ends. But for a very small, very serious group of professional bettors, this race for fractions of a second, well, that's their entire world. That's their battlefield.
It really breaks down like this. You've got the casual player. That's most of us, right? We're using our standard mobile apps, watching the TV feed. We have no real speed advantage. But then you have the professional sharps. Their entire game is built around speed. They pay for the fastest data feeds money can buy, and they even physically move their computers just to get a tiny edge.
And this leads to a pretty wild technique called co-location. Get this, it means physically renting server space in the exact same data center as the sportsbook's own servers. Why would you do that? It's all about reducing the physical distance the data has to travel, literally shaving off crucial milliseconds from the trip. And this isn't some new idea. It's a strategy pulled directly from the insane world of high-frequency trading on Wall Street.
All right, final section, the physics of the game. So as we start to wrap this all up, let's pull back from the tech and the betting strategy for a second and look at the fundamental force that's really in charge of everything here. It turns out that your rejected bet isn't about the bookmaker's whim or just some bad luck. You're not fighting the bookmaker's will. You're fighting the physics of data transmission. You're up against the unchangeable laws that govern how fast information can travel from point A to point B.
So, the next time that happens to you, and it probably will, just remember this. That rejection, it's not personal. It's not you failing. It's just the unavoidable outcome of a race. A race between your signal and theirs. A race decided by satellites, fiber optic cables, and the very real limits of technology and distance.
So, there you have it. You're in on the secret of the invisible clock. You get the millisecond race that's happening behind the scenes of every single game. The only question left to ask is, now that you know, does it change how you watch the game?